All right. We're continuing with the problems. Okay, so remember always parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction. You see, I sound intelligent by like saying those like fast. You have no idea how much I studied to know so little. It's actually kind of redonkulous. Okay, so we're going to do the parentheses. Can we subtract, add or subtract unlike terms? Can you subtract 2 apples? Here we have 2 apples minus 1. It doesn't say apple, just a minus 1. You can't do it. You have to specify that it's an apple for this to work. It's not specified, we cannot do it. So what do? We looked on the left hand side. Oh, there's a number right there that can be multiplied by here, by here. So let's rewrite this equation. Minus 7x equals, right, 6 times 2x equals 12x. 6 times minus 1. 6 times minus 1 equals minus 6. All right, let's move all this junk over here. And actually, this junk over here, sorry about that. Here and this, we're going to move over there. So 7x, right? We have a negative 7x. We have to add 7x to make it 0. Here we have to add 7x. Here we have a minus 6. We have to add 6. Here we have a minus 25. We have to add 6. So this cancels out. This cancels out. We now have 12x plus 7x equals 19x. And we have minus 25 plus 6 equals minus 19. If I divide this by 19 and I divide this by 19, I get x equals negative 1, right? This becomes negative 1, and this becomes x. Good. Good. Number 23. Number 23. These problems are so long. Minus 4n plus 11 equals 2. 1 minus 8n plus 3n. Okay, so parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division, addition and subtraction. So in the parentheses, we have 1 minus 8n, or 8 nincompoops, or 8 apples. We can't do it. We just can't do it. So we have 2 here. We use what's called a distributive property, right? You can distribute this number by multiplying it, boom, by this number and by that number. You're going to do this all your life in math. So 2 times 1 equals 2. 2 times negative 8n, not just 8n, negative 8n equals negative 16n. Looks good. Here we have plus 3n equals negative 4n plus 11. We can combine these two buggers, that's for sure. 2 minus 13n, right? Negative 16n plus 3n equals negative 13n. Good. And we will just write down whatever's here. So let's take this bugger and send it over here. We'll take this one, we'll send it over here. So we have the n's on one side and the numbers on the other, and we'll be able to solve the equation. So what's the opposite of negative 13n? What's the reciprocal? It is 13n. Here, 13n. You don't have to put the positive when it's positive. Remember that. So I'll remove it. Minus 13n plus 13n. Minus 4n plus 13n. That's a big fat 9n. Here we have an 11. We want to transfer to the other side, so we subtract 11 on both sides. This cancels out. 2 minus 11 equals minus 9. Divide both sides by 9. We get n equals negative 1. What does that look like? Am I right? Yes, I am. Moving along. I believe I have to do number 24. Yes, I do. We don't skip any equations in this class. It takes as long as it takes. Minus 5. Minus 5b. All right, there you go. So once again, the distributive property right here, I think it's pretty evident. We multiply this expression by this expression. So what they're really doing here, what this is a number times a brackets distributive property. You're going to see the distributive property all your life in math. Because normally we do minus 7 times whatever the result is in the brackets. Since we can't get the result in the brackets, we do this distributive property. So negative 7 times 1 equals negative 7. Negative 7 times b equals negative 7 times b equals negative 7b. The same thing. Equals minus 5b. So let's bring the negative 5b here. Let's bring the negative 7 here, and let's solve this problem. All right. So what's the opposite? Or what is the reciprocal? Or what will cancel this minus 5b? It is just simply positive 5b. You don't have to put the positive. And here we'll put the 5b. I'm just putting the positive here to show that we're adding. Good. And here we have a negative 7 that we want to get rid of, so we add 7. I am not putting the positive sign on this one. So this cancels out. Erase that bugger. And this cancels out. We erase that bugger. So minus 7b plus 5b equals minus 2b. And minus 5 plus 7 equals 2. Now, to get rid of this minus 2b, we have to divide by minus 2, right? Not divide by 2. Don't make that mistake. It's divide by minus 2. It is a negative 2 that is multiplying b, not 2 multiplying b. So this is really minus 2 times b. To get rid of the minus 2, see what I'm saying? Boom, 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 boom. b equals negative 1. 2 divided by negative 2 is a negative 1, not a positive 1. Positive divided by negative equals a negative. Is that the right answer for 24? Yes, it is. Moving along top speed now to 25. 25 minus 6v minus 29 equals minus 4v minus 5 times v plus 1. Okie dokie. So let's put our brains on. And first we have to do the parentheses. And we can't subtract a letter from a number or add a number from a letter. We can't do this. We just can't do this. So we use the distributive property. Negative 5 times v equals negative 5v. Negative 5 plus 1. Negative 5 multiplied by plus 1, I'm sorry, equals negative 5. Here we carry down the negative 4v equals negative 29, negative 6v. So I see here two v's. So this is like apples or oranges or cars or houses. I can add and subtract the same. If it's the same thing, I can add and subtract them. I get negative 9v minus 5 minus 29 minus 6v. I'm just writing down what's on top. So let's get rid of this bugger. Let's put this one over here, and let's put this one over here. So here I have a negative 9v, so I have to add 9v. And here I have to add 9v. What I do on one side, I do on the other. So this cancels out. This becomes 3v minus 6v plus 9v equals 3v. Then here I add 29, and here I add 29, and here I add 29. And the result is 24, right? Minus 5 plus 29 equals 24. V equals, I divide both sides by 3. That gives me V 24 divided by 3 equals 8. Is that the right answer? Yes, it is. 26. Minus 8. 8r minus 2 equals 3r plus 16. Okie dokie. Pop quiz, what do we do first? Parentheses, right? 8r minus 2, can we do that? No way. So we have to use the distributive property. We have to multiply the outside term by the inside terms. We always start from the left, we go to the right. So we couldn't, well, yeah, actually we could if there was a number here, but anyways, for our purposes, it's always on the left-hand side. So here we have minus 8 times whatever's in here. So we do minus 8 times 8r, that equals minus 8 times 8 times r. That's what this is really saying. That gives you minus 64r. Minus 8 times minus 2 equals plus 16. That equals 3r plus 16. Uh-oh. I can see a 0 coming soon. So this guy, we're going to get rid of this guy by doing minus 3 here and minus 3 here. 3r actually. This cancels out. This becomes minus 67r. And here we're going to do minus 16, This gives 0, this gives 0, this equals 0. So the answer is 0, right? Because if I divide both sides by 67, negative 67, 0 of anything is 0. That's the answer. 27. 2 times 4x minus 4 equals minus 20 minus 4x. Okay, we do the brackets first. Can we do what's inside? No, we can't add or subtract things that are not the same. Something x is not the same as nothing to the right of the number. It's just like saying the number 4. This is like saying 4 apples. You can't subtract 4 from 4 apples. You can only subtract apples from apples. So we use the distributive property to do what is basically this times this. So we do is 2 times 4x and 2 times negative 4. Always look at the sign on the left. Here, when there's no sign here, right here next to this 4x, that means it's positive. Leave it alone. 2 times 4x equals 8x. 2 times negative 4 equals minus 8 equals negative 20 minus 4x. Okie dokie. Let's bring this bugger over here, and let's bring this bugger over here. So I have a minus 4x. I have to add 4x to both sides. And here I have to add 8 to both sides, right? I want to get rid of this guy. I want to get rid of this guy. 8x plus 4x, 12x equals minus 20 plus x. That's tricky. It's actually minus 12. So you divide both sides by 12 and you get x equals negative 1. Yep. 28, last problem for this video. Minus 8n minus 19 equals minus 2, 8n minus 3 plus 3n. They put a whole lot of stuff here, but it's the same thing. Parentheses, parentheses, parentheses. So let's just focus on this part. All right. 8n minus 3, you can't do that, so you have to use the distributive property. Since you cannot multiply what's in the parentheses, you do a little trick called the distributive property. You multiply the first expression by the outside number and the second expression by the outside number, and it will give you the result. So I get minus 2 times 8n equals minus 16n. Minus 2 times minus 3 equals plus 6. Don't forget to add the plus 3n here. And in fact, we can combine the 3n and the 16n, which will give us minus 16n plus 3n equals minus 13n plus 6. Right. And here we just bring everything down. Minus 8n minus 19. So let's put the minus 13 on this side, and let's put the minus 19 on that side. So I add 13n to both sides. And here I add 19 to both sides. So what does that give us? We eliminate this guy, we eliminate this guy, and we're left with minus 8n plus 13n. That gives us 5n. And here we have plus 6 plus 19, that gives us 25. N divided by 5, 25 divided by 5, we get n equals 5. 20, is that the right answer? Yes, it is. All right, and we continue on the next video.